Hello everyone, we are students from University of Glasgow and this is our project from the Human-Centred Security class. The objective of our project is to produce a password checker for the student aged over 13 years old. Our team consists of three people, which are me, Yada, Ongkarn, and Chieh. And from the research, there are three problems that we found from the situation. The first one is most of the students use weak passwords, which is easy to be cracked or stolen. And the second one is they usually often forgot the password. Therefore, to solve the problem, the responsibility in remember those are transferring to parents or the teacher, which they always use the easy way that usually destroy the confidential of the information. For example, putting a note on the school board or putting a Wi-Fi password on the router. And the last problem is the student doesn't aware the student don't aware of the importance of the password. That, as a result, we come up with a solution that to help to provide a method that helping students create a strong password that we can remember. Our project objective is to identify recalling factor in students to use it to develop our software. And the second one is to design a password checker that using the researching factor, and the last one is to implement their software. From the now we're gonna talk about the literature review. According to the information from it is we found that in 2016, about 1 million personal record was exposed in educational section from the database, which is only the 2% from the overall category businesses in the USA. And one of the reasons of data breach is the weak password. And we and another and the reason that we created our software to focusing on the student age above than 13 years old because there is the rule provided by the government that a commercial site or online server cannot collect personal information from children who are younger than 13 years old. And moreover, we found that weak passwords can affect the third party. For example, a YouTube influencer. There are many YouTube influencers that are still a minor and also have a million followers. And according to the research, we found that there are three types of software available in the market. The first one is a software that gives our random strong password. The second one is a software that rate the security of the password, and the third one is to provide a guideline of how to create the password. We're gonna talk about the advantage of each one. The first one, we found that the advantage of the clearly of the outstanding advantage of the first type of software is the strong password are given to the user, so they have to think about it by themselves. Then the second point is all the words are verified to be suitable for the kid. And the third one is the password is not related to the personal information, so it is difficult for the hacker to steal their information and to try to hack into other access. And the disadvantage is there is a possible that the given password are repeated or duplicated with other people. And the third one is the website of software were hacked or the database of all the passwords are stolen. There are high possibility that your passwords are transferring with them. And the third one, the given password as a strong password, which is complex, which is and also not related to the personal sense. So this is difficult to remember. And this is an example of the software. Final pass. When we click here, you can see that the password is changing, and you can use that. Another type of software is the software that read the password, the security level of your password. The advantage is you can come up with your own software, which is make you get which make you get a higher chance to remember it. And the disadvantage is guarantee a strong. It doesn't guarantee the strong passwords because even though you try to trace it doesn't mean that you're gonna use it even though it's failed. And there is no guideline provided, so you don't know how to improve your input password. This is the example site. Anyway. Another one is the software that help you create your own password. The advantage of this type of software is you can create your own password with a guideline. And the disadvantage is it doesn't make sure that you will remember all the password. From analysis, we find 9-factor member that will increase memory, the increase recalling ability in children. First of all, is stress. Stress prevents your brain to remember things. And second, attention. You need to raise attention in the children in order to make them remember. And three, colors. Colors can be used in the our design to catch student attention. And fourth one, novelty. Novelty can link to the new regarding a new experience or the impression that will impress into your thinking. And first one is personal meaning. By linking the information or the context with the personal meaning, it make you can remember it more. And the next one is relational memory. When you relate the information with the prior knowledge, it's easier for them to remember. And the next one is patterning. The brain is a pattern seeking organ. So when you try to put information in pattern, make it easier for the brain to remember. And next one is mental manipulation for long-term memory. When you link the information with the action or activity such as writing it out, singing or dancing or drawing, it is increase the sense of personality to the information. And the last one is practice made permanent. When you ask children about the password or ask them to do something repetitive, they will naturally remember the thing.
Demonstrate our system by Java programming. In an era of hackings, the password checker designed to reduce attacks of hijacks and mobile access to login with weak passwords, in particular to children who are beginning to learn and use online accounts. They are less vigilant and conscious of cybersecurity risk. So we designed these password checkers aimed to educate pupils aged at around 13 to create a secure password. So how do we implement it? We utilize Java programming through Windows builders, and we can construct the interface like this. So right now we can just implement it and shows what is the roots, and we will also show you the hints, tips, and instruction in this interface that is easily accessed to understand and use for children. So right now we can just enter a few characters into it and let's see how it's happened. We shows up what we key in here, and also it will have a hint over here to show up that there is more. We need more characters in here because most of system and software medias usually use at least 8 character. That would be safer than less than it. And here is our graphics and animations over here, so you can see how it runs and how does the rocks run. So if we keep typing in here, there is 6 characters, and right here is what I type in, and it will shows up there's no fill in here because it is not strong enough. So it still hints in here to show up we need more than 8 character, and right now just 6. So I will add more into it and log in. And then there will be at least 1 numbers. So I will just type the 1 number into it. You can check the whole things, like well done right here, and the rocket is just run over here to the top and into the space. That's our design.
The last thing is the leaf action. First of all, we are required to link this personal sense of the student to our checker. So this is quite difficult because each individual have their unique characteristic. However, we decide to implement it for the general. And the second one is the communication content. Student don't really pay attention to the complex content, so we decide to make it simple as possible. However, it lack of the detail of the information. And the third one is design user interface. And we try to develop the user interface that is suitable for students and try to catch their attention. However, as we have mentioned that they also have their different interest and passion. And the last one is your method rule. There are 4 rules that restricts it to our program. However, in the future, we plan to develop more to make it to create a strong password that students can remember. Thank you.